Hackers and hackerettes, welcome to another PortSwigger lab. In this lab, we are continuing on our SSRF saga. And in this lab, we are basically trying to do an SSRF vulnerability, but it has a filter bypass via open redirection vulnerability. So the lab has a stock check feature, which fetches data from an internal system. So we need to make the app do a request to this IP address, port 8080, and then we need to delete the user Carlos. The stock checker has been restricted to only access the local application. So you will need to find an open redirect affecting the application first. Okay, so it seems that we need to find somewhere that we could control where the application can redirect to. Let's enable our Burp proxy, and then let's grab the ID right here. Let's go to our proxy, replace here, and then we got this, the repeater. We don't need this anymore, just from the previous lab. And let's go. Let's open up what we have here. And ooh, look at that. We actually found the open redirect right here. Look at this. So what we did get here is where is it? There we go. There it is. So right here, it looks like we can control the path, which is wonderful. So that means we could essentially just copy this, and let's keep it in our... Oh, this is from the previous lab. If you haven't watched that, you probably should. Let's keep this in our notepad because we're gonna probably need this. And then let's do the check stock functionality. And we got our product stock. And right here, it looks like the stock API is accessing product stock check product ID, which means that essentially what we could do, get rid of this, and then let's do all of that. And then in our path right here, what we can do is that we can go to slash, or instead of slash, let's actually open up our notepads. No, not our notepad, sorry. Let's go to the lab, and then yes, let's grab this. Open up our Burp Suite. We could do this, but then we already know that it is delete and then username equals Carlos. Let's see if this works. We get missing parameter path. The parameter path is not missing, sir. This is probably because this is not URL encoded. Let's actually right click here, and then we could convert selection to URL encode. URL encode all characters, no, key characters. Send. User deleted successfully. That's it. We actually solved the lab. Maybe is this the fastest lab, or is the previous one the fastest lab? This might be it. So anyway, the way it works is that we are going to the slash product slash next product. So the SSRF is essentially trying to protect against something like that, essentially. So invalid URL. So yeah, that means that we're only allowed to access the local application. So something like this would work, although it doesn't make sense, but it is trying to access things on the local application. So what we do is we actually feed it the local application. So we can go here, but look at this. The path right here is controllable by us. So what we could do is essentially just tell it, yo, once you're done with this, actually follow the redirection to this path, which we actually give it the admin ID, like right here. And then what we're doing right here is we're telling the application, once you're done with this, just come back to or get redirected to this, which is the internal admin panel. And then we're just making it directly hit the delete endpoint and to the username that is Carlos. How do I know this URL structure? Because it has been the same for the past labs. If you haven't watched the previous labs, I suggest that you should. because this is going to make a lot more sense if you have been following along like these series. There's a playlist with all the PortSwigger SSRF labs, so make sure you just follow that. And yeah, without further ado, this is actually how we can solve this lab. It is pretty easy. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in another one, or in the next one actually. See you.